Okay, so just taking a look at a few examples with congruent polygons, kind of like we went over in the example on number 2. It says identify all pairs of congruent corresponding parts, then write another congruent statement for the polygons. So I'm not going to go over problem number 1. That's pretty similar to what we just did. But on number 2, make sure you're identifying all pairs of congruent corresponding parts. So that includes both angles and sides. Sometimes people just write one or the other and not both. So, for example, on quadrilateral ABCD, angle A corresponds with angle, let's see, it looks like angle E. 3 tick marks here, 3 tick marks here. Those are congruent. It doesn't say write a congruent statement. Those are just a pair of corresponding angles. And then also, I'm going to write the rest up here since I don't have enough room. Other pairs of corresponding angles, angle B, 2 tick marks there, and angle F, angle C, and angle G, and then lastly, angle D and angle H. So those are the corresponding angles, but we also have corresponding sides. For example, side AB. A corresponds with E, B corresponds with F. So side AB and side EF. You could use the angles if you want. You know that vertex A corresponds with vertex E, vertex B corresponds with vertex F. So side AB and EF, side BC, B corresponds with F, C corresponds with G, so it would be side FG. And then you could use the diagram as well to kind of help you out. I'm going to write the rest up here since I'm running out of room. So side CD and side GH. Lastly, side AD, or it could be DA, but side AD corresponds with side EH or HG. HE, sorry. Those are the corresponding parts. And then it says, write another congruent statement for the corresponding polygons. So I could say something like, I'm going to write it over here, quadrilateral CDAB is congruent to quadrilateral. So let's talk about this for a second before we finish the rest of the congruent statement. I could say something like CDAB. I could say something like BCDA. DABC, DCBA. There's quite a few different ways that I can name that first quadrilateral. You can't name it something like this, quadrilateral ACBD, because if I start from A, then go to C, then to B, then to D, that doesn't trace out the polygon or quadrilateral. But quadrilateral CDAB, and then it's congruent to C corresponds with G, D corresponds with, let's see here, H, A corresponds with E, and then B corresponds with F. This is not the only other congruent statement you can write. There's quite a few, but you just have to make sure of a couple of different things. One, that you trace out the quadrilateral. With triangles, it doesn't matter. You could put the 3 vertices in any order, and it would trace out the triangles. Once you get into a polygon with more than 3 sides, though, that's when it matters. So something like quadrilateral CDAB, and then make sure whatever you write first for the first quadrilateral has to correspond with that first vertex or the first angle of the second quadrilateral, and so on. Second vertex or second angle, second vertex or second angle, they all correspond. All right, and then exercises or problems 3 and 4. Maybe we'll just go over one of those. It says find the values of x and y. So whether you do number 3 or number 4, here's what you should notice. Side XZ, that's 15 centimeters in length, that corresponds with side TS. It's congruent to side TS, so you can set 3y plus 9 equal to 15, and then solve that equation. Subtract 9 from each side, 3y is equal to 6, divide each side by 2, y is equal to 2. That's finding the value of y in this case. You can check by substituting 2 into this expression, 2 times 3, 6 plus 9 is 15. Those two sides are congruent. And then y and s correspond. So the other equation that you can set up is 2x minus 20 is equal to 30. Okay, you definitely should not set up something like 2x minus 20 is equal to 15. set up 2x minus 20 is equal to 3y plus 9. An angle would never correspond with the side. Okay, so this is the equation that you would set up. Add 20 to each side. 2x is equal to 50. And then if you divide each side by 2, x is equal to 25. And again, you could check your answer. That would check for that particular problem.